So if I move,
Hello, this is Tom with the Tractor Rescue Ranch. It is the middle of March. Beautiful late winter day. We got a little brisk of light snow last night, overnight. But we are here. James, my oldest son, is here. He came to town this weekend and he is helping me. We're going to continue working on this plasma cutter, trying to get it up and going. And these are some old parts from a great big 3D printer that he made that he's not using anymore. So we're going to use these parts here. We're going to put a sliding,
a free-floating plasma head, I think.
Okay, so the plasma head is going to be free floating, so that if the metal warps or something, it'll still float up over it, because some of that thin metal, if you start cutting like signs or something, the thin metal will sometimes warp a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to put a guide on it to allow it to run up and down, to follow it, so that way the nozzle doesn't actually touch.
Yeah, so we're robbing parts off of this and going to put them on over here. This is our Z-axis part. We've got to get mounted, and this actually will go up and down with the computer control, and then that part over there that's going to be free floating will be mounted on the back of this here. There's our computer control area, the computer and everything, so we got to get stuff all wired up and mounted from there.
So we have these two linear rails. These are the ones we're going to be using. This is just straight off that old 3D printer, so they've got a lot of cleaning up to do. Anyway, so we have one mount there, one mount there. These are going to both be tied in together. But now I want to make sure to get this parallel to here. And looking at where the screws are going to go, since we don't have the tap for that and we can reach inside, we're just going to put a bolt underneath in here. So I have my digital caliper set to 1/2 inch. I'm going to just scribe, and that's going to be the outside edge of the rail. And I'll scribe it on this side so we have a reference point too. I'll get one connected and bolted down. Then the second one, I'll put a bolt up high, connect the mounts, and then drag it down here. And this will force the bottom into a parallel line with this one. And then we can, when the two mounts are down here with this one bolted up here, then I can drill and put the hole here and clamp it, and then we can check it and run it back and forth and make sure it's still moving free.
So I built just a down and dirty jib pole, I guess you might call it, or something, to help keep track of these wires. So this will just swing back and forth. We got this. This is what the head will mount to. We got that so it'll slide up and down to take in any variation of the warpage in the metal or anything. There's your main control box. Got some things moving here.
Doing a test run on it. Okay, so we're going to start with the rudimentary first calibration. And so I have some rough numbers in the computer. What I'm going to do is I have this edge lined up with the yardstick, and I'm going to move this 6 inches and see how close it gets to 6 inches. This isn't going to get it precise, but this at least gets it in the ballpark. So if I move... basically 6 inches.
Pretty close.
Oh yeah, so we only have to...
Just shy, maybe a 1/16 of an inch is all.
Well, that's better than I was expecting. Do it on this. Right there. So I have it zeroed on the computer. And we're
That's
okay.
pretty close.
I guess I had better numbers in than I expected.
Cool.
Later on, I can measure over larger distances. And so I'll do like a 6 foot or an 8 foot calibration because you see the errors show up more the further you go.
Yeah, that'll, if it's calibrated over a bigger area,
Yeah.
you'll be a lot more accurate.
Yeah, if we get it down to 1/16 of an inch over 8 feet, it's going to be such a small error everywhere else. And for a plasma, for a homemade plasma, that'll be just fine. So we're just going to run the generic Linux CNC program that just comes with it. Just so you can see, I'll do feed override. I'll speed it up a little since we're not cutting anything.
Yeah, in the end, it's going to have to be going a lot faster than that, isn't it?
On this program, they have it running really slow, just for safety. They don't want you messing something up.
So that, you can see that doing all those movements, and you can see on the computer's showing you which movements it's doing. Well, other than it running way too slow, it seems to be real happy.
Yeah, it's running the speed that's set it. I'll stop it real quick. Let me... Oh, I can tell it to go faster than that. But I'll have to reconfigure. It can move faster than this. It's just maxed out at 120 inches a minute. But I think I can push it to 200, 250.
Okay, I'll probably close this video out here. I've got to build the connector to hook that up there. And this is our piece that we're going to have. It will run on top of the steel to hold the distance perfectly away, and it'll run on that slide, which slides really easily. But we thought everything to get this thing going, and there's always something else. So what we got here on this plasma cutter, this is the trigger that turns the plasma cutter on and off. And we had a new one of these ordered to hook into there, to hook to the computer. And it was the wrong one. The one we got is the wrong one. And I could cut these wires and tie into it, but I want to leave this plasma cutter so that if we need something else besides running on this table, the plasma cutter will remain hooked up and ready to work independent of the table. So over here, what we've got in parts, this piece has got to tie in. The computer is going to tell this to turn on and off, and then we'll have to have a wire from here going over to the plasma cutter to tell it to turn on and off. So we've got this, and then we've got a power system to power this. So this is just like a relay here, and it'll take the signal from the computer and go into the relay and then send it to the plasma cutter. So the next video probably be a couple weeks down the road before we get back to it, and hopefully the next video we do on this, it will be cutting steel. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.